All right, my next guest is calling in right now, all the way from my old stomping grounds of Ohio. Jexy Blakk is joining me right now. How's it going? Jexy, are you there?
I'm here.
Can you hear me?
I can. What's good?
Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me. I definitely appreciate it.
And it sounds like you're on the road.
I'm outside. Too nice to be inside right now.
Nice weather. I can't complain. It's all good. Uh, so let's go ahead and begin. How did you get started into wrestling?
It's something I've always loved since I was a little kid, and was absolutely fascinated by and fell in love with. And the more I got into it, different people I looked into, China was a huge part in that. And I just felt that there was nothing else I'd rather do, nothing I ever really wanted to do, and kind of just naturally followed it from there.
So while you was aspiring to be a wrestler, was there anyone in particular that inspired you to be a wrestler? Someone that you watched on TV, or maybe someone on the indies that inspired you that to become a wrestler?
Well, sure, certainly. I mean, I came up in the Attitude Era, so China was definitely the A number one in that. I always thought she was so amazing and just such a powerful figure all around. So definitely her. I was always a big Shawn Michaels fan. Always enjoyed watching him. It kind of inspired me. But China, first and foremost, over anyone.
That's awesome. So I'm looking at the bio on your Twitter, and it says pro wrestler, gypsy dreamer, lifelong degenerate. It all
Correct.
it all makes sense now since you look up the China and Shawn Michaels part of DX. I think it makes sense now. Uh, so I love watching DX growing up. Those were the days. They would just
Definitely.
give everybody the business, and China, she was no joke. She will pick you up and just she say so little but make an impact so loudly. Like she is good, and I enjoyed China. She was awesome. And it was
Yeah, she
and
definitely an even better person. She was an absolutely incredible person with a heart of gold. Probably one of the nicest people that I've ever met in my life. Genuinely good person.
So what was it like to see her being inducted into the Hall of Fame as part of DX, in your opinion?
It was incredible. It was a very special moment, I think, for a lot of people, and it was due time. I hope that in the future they will induct her on her own, by herself, on her own accord, not just as DX. I mean, it's a start. So I was definitely very proud of that, and it was well deserved. Way overdue.
I totally agree, and I feel like if there was any woman that was going to be the first ever two-time Hall of Famer for a female, it definitely will be her. So
I sure hope so.
her being inducted as part of DX was a good start, and we'll see where
Mhm.
we go from here. Uh, so on to you. As far as your career, how would you best describe your career as a wrestler? The process that you've made from the training up to now. Like, how do you feel about your career as of right now?
Personally, I'm really just getting started. I am very new as far as a wrestler on the independent scene. I've been around for a really long time in different ways, but I'm really just getting started. So there's really nowhere to go from here but up is the way I look at it. A lot to learn, a lot of things I want to accomplish. So it's just one foot in front of the other and keep moving forward.
So, was there a moment in your career that you look back and say, "Wow, I really can do this"? That breakthrough moment, or just a favorite moment that you've had in your career that you'll never forget?
I think the breakthrough moment really was probably my debut. Um, my favorite moment so far is a little bit more personal than it is professional, because I was given the opportunity to work with one of my best friends and my mentors on a show, and that's something that, for the course over a year of being around this person, being mentored by this person, that I'm very grateful to have had that moment. It was just super exciting because it's like I had just started out. It was literally my third show, and I'm like already checking stuff off my bucket list of things that I had wanted to do. So that was a really cool moment to get to work with that person. But definitely the breakthrough moment, mentally and physically, was my debut. Was getting through it because you go into it and you have so many nerves and just so many things going through your mind, and then you get through it and you're like, okay, I got this. So that's definitely probably my debut.
That is definitely the one thing I hear so much from wrestlers is just going through that first match. Butterflies are kicking in. You wonder if you're going to make that good impression. You wonder how fans are going to react. But once that music plays and once you make your way to the ring, it seems like everything else seems to fall into place, and you make it through just fine. So,
Yeah, that's perfectly said.
and I feel like for wrestlers, the fact that you get to perform in front of an audience and just how they react to you, it's quite the connection, and then to participate with chants and yelling and things like that, just the storytelling aspect. I love that. I love that as a child growing up with the characters larger than life, and just glued to the TV screen, and that's the good thing. Just connecting with the crowd, that has to be something special. And any performer, whether you're a wrestler or a music artist, just to have the guts just to perform in front of people, that takes a lot. You know
Right.
that takes a
Yeah,
lot.
it does. And, we give so much physically and emotionally, mentally, and the emotional connection is real. Thinking about even growing up as a kid and going, like I said, through the Attitude Era, going to Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, and, like, Stone Cold's music hits, and you've got literally thousands of people around you on their feet, screaming, yelling. When they say it's an electricity that goes through the air, it's palpable. It's something that you feel, like you feel it through every ounce of who you are, and like it's such an indescribable feeling at the same time. It's raw, and now being a performer, to think of the want to be able to recreate that, on your own level, to be able to connect with those people and to make people feel something the way that you felt, growing up as a fan. Like, it's a really cool thing. It's not easy, but it's definitely, it's fun. I will say that. It's not easy, but it's fun.
Totally agree. Totally agree 100%. So, do you have any upcoming shows, upcoming matches that your fans need to keep an eye on?
I do. I'll give you a little bit of my July schedule. At Extreme Shells in Port Huron, Michigan. The 13th, I will be at Real Shoot up in Cleveland. The 19th, I'll be at Divine again in Michigan. And then the 20th, I'll be down in West Virginia. So if you follow any of my social media, I'll post the flyers and different things of where I'll be at. But that's going forward for the next month, roughly where I'll be.
Wow, you're going to be in Ohio, Michigan, and West Virginia. You're quite the traveler, I see.
That's what it takes. But I love it, so I wouldn't change anything about it. I'll sleep when I die, right?
Pretty much. So go check out Jexy and her upcoming shows. She is on social media. You can check her out on. She's on Twitter and Instagram under Jexy Walks. That's Jexy Walks, like New Day Walks, but it's Jexy
Yes.
Walks. So she's on Twitter and the gram, and she'll be posting the posters and anything else wrestling related. So just go check her out and support your local wrestlers. I'm a former Ohio resident. I live in Kentucky now, but I don't forget about my Ohio roots.
Okay.
I lived in Cincinnati for 7 years, and I lived in Columbus for 4 years. I have some great memories in the Buckeye State, and of course, I'm a Buckeyes football fan. So,
Right. You got the solid and gray in you.
yeah,
This is not-
so pretty much. And a lot of talented wrestlers have come from the state of Ohio. Talent like
Certainly.
Ziggler, John Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, The Miz, Alexa Bliss, Ohio versus everything, the Chris brothers. Quite,
Yeah.
quite the talent of Ohio wrestlers. For you being an Ohio native yourself, what's it like to see these talent from your state competing at a high level and just getting themselves out there?
No, I love it. I absolutely love it. Proud of all those people. They've all put in a lot of hard work, years, time, dedication to get to where they're at. I'm always going to support anybody that is pursuing what they want to do and being successful at it. So I think that's incredible for them. It's incredible for the wrestling scene in general. It makes me work harder and, have the hopes of someday maybe able to work with those people, learn from them, and, share a ring. So I think it's cool.
I definitely say Jay Moxley. I mean, he's already a big star now, and he's about to become bigger. Pretty much, he's just like a volcano. He about to blow up, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing him in AEW in the future for sure.
Sure.
Now we talked about your favorite moments, your breakthrough moments. Who are some of the wrestlers out there that you would like to go up against one day? It could be anyone from the indies. It could be anyone in the pros. Who do you see yourself wanting to go up against one day?
Sure. I mean, indie-wise, I'd definitely like to dance with Zoe Sky, Jody Threat, both two, phenomenally talented individuals. I guess if you want to take it to a little level higher, Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, big on Asuka. Really like the Japanese girls out there killing it. Ember Moon is pretty dope. Maybe fun. Off the top of my head, it's probably who I'd say.
I like the names. Kairi Sane with that flying elbow.
Oh, man, she got the best in the game.
She got the best elbow in the game right now. I ain't gonna lie. And she's just a good heart soul. Like anyone that hates on Kairi Sane, you got issues.
Right. No kidding.
Like she is kind-hearted, but she won't hesitate to put you on the elbow drop if you cause trouble. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Yep. And Io Shirai, I'm starting to learn more about her. She is really good. And the match she had with Shayna Baszler on NXT last night was incredible. And that moonsault she did off the top of the cage, almost reminiscent of Kurt Angle's moonsault long time ago. I'm like, did she really did that? Like, what? And then Candice LeRae, she did a move off the top of the cage too. I'm like, these women ain't scared. They going for it. They swinging for the fences, and I love that.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out.
So get down, kid.
Yeah, shout out to the women wrestlers. Shout out to them for doing what they do, putting on a show and everything. And Jexy, it was great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time, representing Ohio, doing your thing. Continued success, and thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you right back. Thank you for having me. It was fun. and would love to come back anytime. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you, and we'll definitely have you back on in the future for sure. So enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your 4th of July next week.
Hey, you too. Have a safe holiday. I'll talk to you later.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
You too. Take care.
Bye.